Okay, this is the Royal Blue, no smoke. It has the 3D printed smoke. It has S'ta Rosa #1 with the medium duty magnets. I can go up one more size. You can see the space that's in there. I can go to 5mm wide magnet. That may be for northerns, I don't know. Hudson's. I'm sitting here, everything's down on the off button. Let's see what I can get if I turn up the volts a little bit and then give it some amps. All right, let's turn the volts down a little more. Let's get it running. Turn the volts down. All right, I'm at 5.3 and it will not run without any amps. But let's see at what point does it start. It starts at 0.6 and settles down at 0.3 amps. And that's with the ball bearing. Ball bearing in front. I haven't lubricated this thing yet. This chassis is an antique chassis. That's about 10 volts. 0.4, just under 0.4 amps at 10 volts. 12. I'm telling you, it's a Hummer. It's a Hummer. 12 volts, 0.4. 13 volts, 0.4. 17 is what most transformers will give you, 17 volts, so this would be full out, and it will not take any more. It'll go from 4 to 4.5. 0.4 amps at 17 volts. I'm not trying to stop it either. Listen to it. Look at it. Red. That front ball bearing has to be making a difference. That's an RC ball bearing. Epoxy, or not, super glued into the hull. I found one that fit with a flange, and then I just put a made up spacer. You know what we're going to do there. Okay, this is better than expected, as good as it gets, in my opinion. This is a motor. This is a motor. I'm going to make two versions. I'm going to make the skinny and the fat. The skinny would be for those that have smoke and they don't need any other apparatus to give you the puff and chuff, okay? So I'm going to have a skinny S'ta Rosa. Then I'm going to have the wide body S'ta Rosa. And then I'm going to have the wide body Super Duty, which would be the extra wide magnets. And that would probably be Hudson's and Northerns. Oh my goodness. I am happy as a clam. I've got some fitment issues. One thing I can point out here, if I can focus, is the bushes are sticking way out of the guides, but they're holding, you know. But I'm afraid if you had a short brush, that would be a bad thing. So somehow I need to shorten the throw of this whole thing. I'd like to bring the inner bushing back in and stick these brush holders in further. I'm not sure the best way to do that, and I'm afraid what I'm going to end up doing is printing my own brush holder, which I didn't really want to do because it can get warm. And this one is pretty good. I drilled this hole out to get a short screw to bite. I suppose I could drill these holes out, but we really don't want to be reworking brush holders. If anything, we want to use them standard or make a new one. This only applies to the wide bodies, okay? The thin ones, everything's fine. Everything's perfect. So we can do thin ones right away. The wide bodies, I'll do some more thinking about it, but for now, I'm going to push ahead with this particular setup. Well, maybe not this one because it's a little too tall. I needed something that's about the height of that to fit the magic gear in there, and it has to be much more open. It has to have room for this gear cutaway. So this will be modified for the gear. So I may send this to a tester out in the field. I have 2 or 3 folks that I trust to do the testing, and I'm hoping they come back. I don't feel any heat. It won't shut off. It won't shut off. That's so funny. It's not hot. I can say that. It is not hot. It is just barely warm. Barely warm. Okay? We might be able to put a ball bearing in the back. That would help. But I really need to sink these further in. Maybe drilling that in is the easiest thing to do, and just have send out a cap and a brush cap and a new field. S'ta Rosa comes with brush holder that is modified to work. Oh, and then we'd have to include the bolts too, I guess. Yeah. Oh, always something, always some little thing that makes it not exactly perfect. But that's only on the ones with the wide frame. The narrow frame, we're good to go. I'm going to print new ones in red. They'll be S'ta Rosas, but they will be thin. And then we'll have a S'ta Rosa wide, and then we'll have medium and heavy duty, or high output or something. I'll think of something, usually from a car theme. But this little guy is beauteous. It's just lovely. It has 6 magnets, only because I couldn't get the one I wanted. The one I wanted, then it would have 4. The magnets cost in total about $15 for the magnets. The part is about $15 to make, so $30 to put this thing in a bag and send it to people. In this version, for sure, in that version. The wide ones may be a little more. I don't know, but my God, is it smooth. And the ball bearing, I forgot the ball bearing. It's only a couple of dollars, so it's still all well within range. Okay, I'll post this. You guys can slobber all over it, and I will get back to work.